أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. We give all the praise and the thanks to the Almighty Source Creator, the Creator of everything. Brothers and sisters, we often say on this program, Optimal Health on AM 360, that we were created. That makes us part of the creation. The rules and laws, the natural laws, the universal laws, the laws of physics, the rules of health, all of these rules and laws that regulate the universe also regulate our anatomy and physiology, our body. And when we're in violation of these rules and these laws, a disease will occur. First, we will get a symptom. If we do not get back in compliance with the rules and the laws, the symptom turn into full-blown diseases at some point. If we do not get back in line and be compliant with the rules and the laws, those diseases will become more and more chronic until our life is at stake. Until our life is at stake, brothers and sisters. The disease become acute until our life is at stake. This is what happened. We're not supposed to have a disease because the Almighty created us with everything we need to maintain normalcy. Our cell has the ability to produce, brain is central, body is central, and cell is central to maintain normalcy. But if we eat something or drink something or expose ourselves to man-made toxic chemicals that will block our cells from being able to produce brain, body, and cell essential, then we'll veer off the paradigm of normalcy and we'll be in the paradigm of abnormalcy, where a disease will occur. This is what happens to us, brothers and sisters. We'll be in violation of the rules and the laws of physics, the natural laws, the universal laws, the rule of health, the speed law, the pH rule, the iron rule, the sulfur rule. All these rules and laws that govern our anatomy and physiology, our body, will also affect our health. So a disease will occur. Now we have a school teaching us how to stay connected with the fitra. That school is called the American School of Symptometry, not for profit. Has students like myself and others learning about the cells that we're made of. We're made of cells, brothers and sisters, trillion of them, over 220 different types of cells, and they're in charge of our health. They have the ability to self-correct, self-regulate, self-cleanse, recalibrate, and self-perpetuate. It is we who must provide cleaner blood with more oxygen. Cleaner blood with more oxygen. This is the key to longevity, to healthy longevity, not just living a long time and someone have to take care of you by feeding you, taking you around to your appointments, taking you to the bathroom and back, giving you a bath, all these things, because your body would be falling apart. It's not supposed to fall apart. We have a cell called fibroblasts that produce and replace collagen, collagenate fiber that everything is made of. Our skin, our hair, our nails, our organs, our tissues, the eyes, the nose, the teeth, the bone, the ligament, the tendon, the cartilage, RNA, DNA, genes, all made of collagen. Protein, human protein, that's what it is, brother and sister. We are specialized cells that replace everything about us because our cells divide, producing new cells to replace old cells. Old cell cannot do what new cells can do. When we block cell division, we're literally killing ourselves. The food we eat, the water we drink, and the air we breathe have toxic, particle, pollutants, poison that block cell division. When the cell cannot divide, they cannot produce brain, body, and cell essential to maintain normalcy, so a disease will occur. And pharmaceutical has nothing to nourish the cell. They do not have nutrients. They're not made of nutrients. They're made of chemicals. We're made of cells that produce human collagen. That is the difference. That is the difference. So we have to be back in compliance, brothers and sisters, in order to reverse our condition, in order to reverse our disease and put the cells back in charge. Our cells have been ignored far too long. Now they have to be back in charge. If you want your health back, our health do not come from a physician. They come from our cells. Our health do not come from exercising. It comes from our cells. Our health do not come from drinking water. It comes from our cells. Our cells are in charge. Our health do not come from the chiropractor. Chinese traditional medicine. It does not come from herbs and pharmaceutical. It comes from the cell. Focusing on the needs of our cells, brothers and sisters. And this is what this program, Optimal Health, is all about. The Almighty has allowed us to be able to fortify our cells against diseases, fortify our blood, fortify our DNA against diseases. That's what we have the ability to do, brothers and sisters, but we have to be taught. We have to be taught life skills, how to live on this planet without having a disease. This is what we must learn to do. There's only one place that teaching life skills for the person to help them navigate the planet that we live on, planet Earth. This is what we must understand, brothers and sisters. So we welcome you to a new episode of Optimal Health here on AM 360. You with your host, Abdul Shaheed, your certified symptometry health coach. And we thank you for joining us today and taking time out of your busy schedule. We absolutely are amazed and we absolutely appreciate your time and your attention. Optimal Health here on AM 360. So brothers and sisters, we want you to sit back and relax. Take a moment to call someone, ask them to join us here on Optimal Health on AM 360 today. Take a moment to text them, to do a 2-way or 3 ways, to call them and let them know that Optimal Health is on now on AM 360. And we thank you for joining us. Here today, we're going to be talking about the danger of high blood pressure pills, the pharmaceutical that our doctor gives us, our physician that they prescribe for us. Many people are taking them. We know people have taken them for 30 years or more, or longer, and they still had hypertension. So we'll be talking about the chemical, the pharmaceutical, the high blood pressure pills in relation to our overall health and what's in them will compromise the person. And sooner or later, they end up taking more drugs to mitigate the symptom that the high blood pressure pill causes. Then they will have to take more drugs to take care of those side effects that those pharmaceuticals cause. So pretty soon a person will be taking 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 different medication. So we're going to talk about it, and we hope you are able to entertain us with questions. So we're going to have a lively discussion here on Optimal Health on AM 360. So once again, brothers and sisters, we thank you for joining us. It's absolutely amazing what we're able to share the information that we've learned at the American School of Symptometry. We're certified symptometry health coaches. Those people who attend the American School of Symptometry, they thrive to become a health coach. And it's not easy. We have to have a shift in our mindset. We have to look at the world differently. We have to unlearn so many things that we've been taught by the medical field, the medical institution. We have to unlearn so many of those things. Many things that we've been taught by our parents and grandparents. We have to unlearn them so we can reverse our disease and condition. Many people think they know how to cook food, but bad cook make people sick. There's a scientific way to cook food. There's a scientific way to select our food. There's a scientific way to live on this planet so we'll be in compliance with all of the rules, the laws of physics. Many of those things we already mentioned. Many of them that we already mentioned. There's no incurable diseases, brothers and sisters. All diseases has a source. It can be reversed, but it's up to you It's up to me. We all have been gifted with a human body that afford us to have life on this planet. And we are responsible. The first rule to health is that we are responsible for our own health. The Almighty is not coming to save us from a disease. No human being should succumb to a disease. The Almighty equipped us with everything we need to prevent diseases. And if we get one, to reverse them. This is the case, brothers and sisters. It's scientific and verifiable. Scientific and verifiable. We've often said on this program, what we eat, what we drink, and the chemicals and substance we expose ourselves to will find their way into our blood. And this is why the person would be sick. They don't know, or had not been told, they have to remove the impurity, the toxic, the preservative, the coal tar derivative, from pesticide, from herbicide, from fungicide, from rodenticide that will be sprayed on the crops, that will be sprayed in the air. And by law, everything in the supermarket must have preservatives. No preservative will be circulating in the person's blood forever, causing problems. The product we use on our skin, the makeup that our sisters and mothers and aunt uses. We have paraben, preservatives in them. These things will be found into our blood. What we put on our hair, our skin, our nails will be in our blood. Producing many blood impurities, brothers and sisters. We have to remove them. No one told us we had to remove them. Otherwise, the blood will become slow. All of those things have inert substance, cause the blood to slow down, have a drag. Blood must move at the speed of light. This is the reality, brother and sister. So we thank you once again for joining us. We're going to take a short break. You with Abdul Shaheed, the host of Optimal Health on AM 360. We thank you for joining us. Take a moment to call someone, ask them to join us here. So we have a lot of information to share. We don't have a guest today, so you have me, and we'd like to entertain questions, so we hope you have some. So we can have a lively discussion, and we talk about the danger of high blood pressure pills. That's a danger. So we hope you stay tuned. Brothers and sisters, we'll be right back.
People get sick all the time. However, even after years of research, physicians don't have the faintest clue why most sick people find themselves in the predicament they do. Will they just accept the same treatment without truly getting to the bottom of what is happening to them? Not anymore. Symptometry draws attention to your cells, the building block of your being, allowing you to understand what needs to be done and paving the way for self-correction. Developed by Dr. Maxwell Nardi, symptometry is not medicine or even its alternative. It is a study designed to fill in the void left behind by the most common scientific fields. Symptometric science has proven time and again over 31 years that chaotic eating and living are not in the best interest of the cells. It's about time we change that. To understand symptometry, dive into a whole new world of cell-based knowledge and profoundly appreciate human cells' work. Get your copy of Symptometry and Symptometric Science at a Glance by Dr. Maxwell Nardi now.
Welcome back, brothers and sisters. You're with your host, Abdul Shaheed, your certified symptometry health coach. And this is Optimal Health on AM 360. We thank you so very much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us today. Brothers and sisters, we have so much information to share. So much information to share about health and where health comes from. Brothers and sisters, we have been misled, misinformed, bamboozled, hookwinked. We have a healthcare industry that is not really healthcare. It is sick care. They set up a system to take care of sick people, and those sick people never get well. Their condition, their disease, get more and more chronic as they take more and more pharmaceutical. Here's a fact of life, brothers and sisters. Life skills are what we need to live on this planet. The human being is made of water. We're more water than anything. If you suck out all of the water from the human being body, from the person's body, you will be left with a little pile of dust, mineral, dirt, a little dust. That's where the nutrients would be. 94% water, 6% nutrients. We're made of water, and we often overlook this fact. And many of the conditions that we're suffering from, it's not because we need a pharmaceutical drug. It's not because we need an herb. It's not because we need to go to the chiropractor. It's not because we need to take and follow the dictate of Chinese traditional medicine. It's not because we need acupuncture. It's because we're made of water. And most of us are not drinking the right water. And we're not drinking the right amount of water. We take water for granted. We love drinking soda, coffee, tea, and all these other beverages, fruit juices, and all that, loaded with sugar, loaded with preservative, loaded with dyes and coloring. And all of those items has inert substance that they are made with. And these inert substance would be found in our blood. And our blood will not move at the speed of light. Inertia means like a movement. Inertia was the first force in the creation. When nothing was moving, it was still, void, darkness in the universe. Until the Almighty said, be. And everything got started. Started with the atom. He created the atom, and the atom created everything we see in the universe, including human beings. Absolutely amazing. Atomic collision started it all. That means atoms moving, continuing to bombard each other, producing atomic collision, continuous expansion of the universe for that reason. And we are human beings. We must do the same. Our blood must move at the speed of light. Those inert substance will slow things down. No one have told us that we have to remove inert substance periodically because we have to eat food to have sustainable energy. That's all we get from food, brothers and sisters, sustainable energy to carry out our daily activity. There are no nutrients for our cells to produce brain, body, and cell essentials. So the nutrients, the macronutrients, and the micronutrient must come from other sources. It's not in the food. Once you mix the food and cook it, the nutrients disappear. They disappear. This is what chromatography research has found out. So there's nothing there left for the cell. Molecular energy, that's what's in food. Plus they're poison, they're toxic, they're microbes. And they'll be circulated in our blood. Placing a drag, slowing the blood speed down because of the inert substance is in everything. Inertia, the lack of movement, motion, the first law of physics. After the Almighty created the atom, things speeded up. Motion took place, the first law of physics. Things must move. Not only must they move with speed. These laws also govern the human body. Absolutely amazing. So we thank you for joining us today here on Optimal Health. on AM 360. Brothers and sisters, many of us, many of our people, our relatives, our parents, our grandparents, many of them were taking pharmaceutical drugs. My mother was taking high blood pressure medication. Dr. Maxwell Norton, who's the founder of the American School of Symptometry and the inventor of symptomatic science and symptometry, the inventor, his mother was on high blood pressure pills for 30 years. She took them religiously every morning at 8 a.m. And she died of congestive heart failure. Not only was she on high blood pressure pills, she was on 9 other different medications. When I really got interested in my mother's health and started taking her to the doctor, I found out she was taking about 10 or 12 medication as well. She started off taking a drug for arthritis, and she never had heart condition before. Then she was taking one for hypertension. Then she was taking a diuretic. Then she was taking other pharmaceuticals. Pretty soon she was taking 10, 11, 12 different medications every day, brothers and sisters. She also developed congestive heart failure, a weak heart, just like Dr. Norton's mother. After 30 years of taking high blood pressure medication, she ended up with congestive heart failure, among other diseases. Today, we're going to explain why. We're going to explain why, brothers and sisters, this healthcare, the sick care industry is not working for us. It's not working for us, it's working against us. We have to understand this. Anyone who takes pharmaceutical drugs for high blood pressure, do you know? You need to call them and ask them to listen to this program today. If you know anyone who's taking high blood pressure medication, pharmaceuticals, to control their high blood pressure, you need to take a moment to call them or do a 2-way or 3-way with them to ask them to join us. Send them the link, send them the phone number, the passcode, the meeting ID, whatever you have to do. They're not going to get this information anywhere else, brothers and sisters. The American School of Symptometry and Symptometry is licensed to provide this information. That's why we're able to do it. And that's exactly what we're doing. And this information that we're sharing is scientifically verifiable and confirmed. That's what science is about. That's what science is about, brothers and sisters. What is the difference between science and religion? They work together. They don't contradict each other. And this is a point we all must understand. This is a point we all must understand, brothers and sisters. The difference. There's no difference. Science and religion works together. They're the twin half of the blessing that the Almighty has blessed the human being with. What is common between science and religion? We have to ask these questions. And we must have the answer to these questions, brothers and sisters. This is what must happen. They both come from the same source. And that source is the Almighty Himself. That's where knowledge comes from. They both come from knowledge. That's the source. Absolutely amazing. Just a point about religion, or way of life, or realignment. When we think about religion, we think about realignment. It's the same thing with our DNA. When our genes are not in alignment with the DNA, and the DNA not in alignment with the 3 RNA, a disease will occur. That's the connection right there. Religion means to realign, to bring something back into focus that was broken. So religion starts out as a revelation. All of the prophets received it. It's just symbolic of what man's ability is. And what is a revelation? Is the beaming of light. That's the light. that come from our genes, the nuclear histone of our genes. It is beamed to our memory because the Almighty has placed everything in the human being that he wanted there. All of the revelation is already on our genes, brothers and sisters. And the solution to every problem, he already gifted us with, and we still be praying for a solution. The solution is inside each and every one of us. We're looking outside for it when it's inside of us. The problem, solution, we're problem solvers. That's why we were sent here, to solve problems, to produce solution for everything, to make this life better. And the Almighty put the keys and the solution in our genes. So the genes have histone, the nuclear histone, able to beam information and knowledge to our memory when we have our health intact, when we are producing neurons and neurotransmitters, and we'll be on the wavelength to receive it. But if we have alcohol in our system, it's not going to happen. No conversion, no transformation if the person consumes alcohol. Absolutely amazing. In the symptometry, we have figured out that alcohol deactivates enzyme. You won't have the neurons and the neurotransmitter. They won't be produced. So in religion, we have revelation, transformation, and observation. It leads us to observing the world around us. And from that point, science began with observation. We observe the patterns in creation, the fitra, the physical pattern that the Almighty has before us to teach us. That's what they're for, to teach us, to educate us. The Almighty says in the Quran that I am teaching you. This is how it's done, brother and sister. But no one has informed us. So we observe these patterns. And in science, we form a theory about these patterns. Then we use science to confirm the pattern, to verify and confirm them. If we verify the theory, now those theories become a law, a principle that we all can respect and follow as being the truth. Therefore, we need science and religion working together. That's what symptometry has done. We take everything into the laboratory. We have performed a theory, a postulate, and it's proven true or false. And the information we share with you is what has been proven to be true. Absolutely amazing. Once you start on these pharmaceuticals, brothers and sisters, you will never get off. The doctor wants you on for the rest of your life because it is sick care and not health care. I hope you understand. It is sick care, not health care. What's in these pharmaceuticals, brothers and sisters? The medical institution, they have their medical theory. Their medical theory is that the person poisons themselves and they take a stronger poison to overcome and neutralize a weaker poison. That's why they give you pharmaceutical with a kill, A-L-K-Y-L in it. A kill is a substance that will remove hydrogen from the person. Hydrogen from the person. And that person will not be able to produce water nor heat. The cell must have hydrogen to produce thermal energy, heat. The person will be cold all the time. And the person will not have hydrogen to produce water, H2O, water. If you remove hydrogen, how is the person going to have water that he's made of? And that water must be in the cell. How are you going to have it? He won't have it, brother and sister. I'm going to see if I can pull up the diagram of the cell as we talk about these pharmaceutical pills. Brother and sister, it's a diagram of a cell. We're made of trillion of them. 30 to 40 trillion cells that we're made of. Absolutely amazing, brother and sister. Cell, they're in charge of our health. Our responsibility is to take care of them and focus on their well-being. If we did that, we would never have a disease. We have disease because we have ignored ourselves. And we think man has something better. And our doctor, our physician, our chiropractor, acupuncture, Chinese traditional medicine, herbalists, none of them mention the cell. They know absolutely nothing about our cells that the Almighty used to produce us. If we take care of them, they're excellent at taking care of us. They're gifted brothers and sisters with atomic intelligence. They're smart. We should follow our dictate from them. For if we did, we'll be smart. We'll be smarter than what we are now. So that's the cell. We're all made of everything. Our blood made of cells, white blood cell, red blood cell, platelet, hemoglobin, cell, our membrane, our tissues, our organ, our glands made of cells, our skin, our eyes, our nose, our mouth, teeth, gums, bones, cartilage, ligament, tendon, all made of cells. And these cells divide, replacing every part of our body if they have our help and cooperation. If they have our help and cooperation, why should something be old in us when the Almighty created us with cells that divide, producing new cells to replace old cells? The only reason would be that we ate something, we exposed ourselves to something that blocked or stopped cell division. So if the cell do not divide, brothers and sisters, your body is going to fall apart. It's going to deconstruct instead of reconstruct. Wherever that was constructed, brothers and sisters, must be reconstructed, made new again. Our body has the ability to renew itself. Yes, it has the ability to heal itself, but we have to help it to do it. That's the piece that they left out. It cannot do it without your help. With your chaotic eating, when you need to use science to select your food properly, must use science to cook your food properly, must use science to navigate this planet, keep from getting a disease in the first place. That's the key. That means it takes a skill, life skills that no one is teaching us. But we have a place now called the American School of Symptomology, teaching life skills for people who want to know them so we don't get a disease. We're able to prevent diseases. The Almighty created a perfect human being. Matter of fact, He created more than a perfect human being. It is we who make mistakes. The reason why we are sick. We must have our health, brothers and sisters, so we'll be able to think properly. Because every disease will eventually become a mental illness, an emotional disorder. And this is what's going on in the world today, all over the world. People are mentally ill. They have emotional disorder. We can't communicate. When the Almighty created a giant communication system, when He created the human being, we failed to communicate. That's when man has problems. That's when we have wars, when men fail to communicate. Think about it, brother and sister, what we're saying here. That's why you will have a disease. Leaders around the world can produce neurons, neurotransmitters, to be human beings. They're other than human. This is what we see, brothers and sisters. They ignored their cells. They thought health came from someplace else. No, health comes from ourselves. That is the definition of health. When a person aligns the desire of their mind with the needs of the cell and help their cell to self-regulate, self-cleanse, recalibrate, and self-perpetuate. It is we who must provide cleaner blood with more oxygen. Our blood, we have blood impurities, many of them, based on what we eat, what we drink, and the chemical we expose ourselves to. They'll find their way into our blood. It is your responsibility to remove those toxins, the blood impurity. It is your responsibility. to remove them. And pharmaceutical will add more blood impurity to your blood. They will add more inert substance to your blood or kill. It remove hydrogen from the person's blood, from the person's cell. And the cell and the blood become dehydrated or overcarbonized. And when the blood becomes overcarbonized, brothers and sisters, it will be gluey, sticky. It is not going to move at the speed of light. Microbe will begin to gravitate to you, to me, with blood with that condition. Many cells will not be nourished with the nutrients and resources. This is why the person would be sick. They're not sick because they didn't take some pharmaceutical drug this morning, or some herb, or some concoction. They're sick because they failed to focus on the needs of their cell, and they didn't have the life skill to keep their own cell healthy and in good repair. See, the human body, brothers and sisters, requires high maintenance. You have to know what to do. That's part of the reason why we have this program, to teach us how to maintain our cell. The maintenance and the upkeep, and more than just eating food and drinking water and going to the bathroom a few times a day. Much more than that. And this sick care industry is not teaching us anything about ourselves. And the medical theory on the cause of high blood pressure are full of holes, brothers and sisters. It's full of holes. Oh, it's got something to do with salt. It causes blood pressure. The idea that kidneys produce renin to team up with angiotensin to lower blood pressure is not entirely accurate. Here are the verifiable facts, brothers and sisters, as we talk about high blood pressure and what causes it. Just focus on this cell here. Let's focus on this cell. Renin is an enzyme produced by the kidneys. Angiotensin is a peptide hormone produced by the liver. Aldosterone is a hormone produced by the adrenal medulla to distribute and regulate body fluids. According to medical theory, renin and angiotensin form a system known as the renal-angiotensin system, which regulate blood pressure. Here's what the formulator on this medical theory fails to mention. Can a person with kidney disease produce renin? No, they cannot. Absolutely amazing. Can their liver produce angiotensin? No, they cannot. Yet many individuals with kidney disease and liver disease don't have high blood pressure. How can you explain this? It's a bogus theory, brother and sister. It's a bogus theory. You have hypertension for other reasons. Dr. Maxwell Norton said he used to prescribe to that theory. But after he started researching the source of human diseases, using all the scientific tools at his disposal, a chromatography machine, Raman spectroscope, an electron light microscope. Those are the tools of a doctor's symptometry. Those are the tools that can tell and lead and verify these theories, to confirm them or deny them. Absolutely amazing. For more than 30 years, Dr. Maxwell Norton, mother, used pharmaceutical drugs and did not do anything to eliminate hypertension. So why are you taking the drugs in the first place if you're not going to remove the source of hypertension? The person still, after taking drugs, the high blood pressure pill for 30 years, still end up dying of congestive heart failure. And she religiously took the pill. The heart got weaker and weaker and weaker because of the substance I told you already, alkyl, ALKYL, which is a substance that removes hydrogen. And it's an inert substance. That means once it gets into the blood, it's not going to move. And all pharmaceutical has alkyl. Then you have the preservative. It has to be preserved. Formaldehyde, aluminum, mercury. Choose either one of those. More inert substance. Then they also have halogen, which is a mineral salt that binds them. That's also more inert substance that will be circulating in the person. Now the person is being dehydrated, no water, because no hydrogen being eliminated from the person's cells. So now the person is dehydrated. The cell cannot function without water. The cell cannot produce any brain, body, and cell essential without water. The DNA will be fragmented without water. The gene will never release the blueprint, the set of instructions to produce brain, body, and cell essential without water. I hope you're getting the idea, brothers and sisters, about how we've been bamboozled. We're made of water, nutrients, and resources. Brothers and sisters, we're not made of pharmaceuticals. There are 19 core nutrients. 19 core nutrients that make up the human collagen. That make up the human collagen. 19 core nutrients, brother and sister. Absolutely amazing. Brothers and sisters, if you have a question for us, you can ask questions anytime today as we go along here. Just raise your hand or unmute your mic. You're free to ask your question or also to make a comment. Absolutely amazing. Or make a comment. Absolutely amazing. So we'll continue. And of course, my mother was told, and Dr. Maxwell's mother also was told, refrain from using salt. Cook with saltless food. Eat saltless food. No salt. What salt has to do with hypertension, brothers and sisters? Absolutely nothing. But that's what people are told. Dr. Maxwell's late mother ate saltless food on the advice of her cardiologist, who insisted that salt raised blood pressure and that high blood pressure could cause a stroke. Another lie. High blood pressure does not cause stroke, brother and sister. There are teenagers that do not have high blood pressure, but they have a stroke. But they have a stroke. How can you account for this? There's no connection. Young adults don't have high blood pressure, but they have a stroke. How are you going to explain this? Does the cardiologist have what they need to explain this anomaly? They have no explanation. According to the statistic, 10 to 15% of all stroke affect younger individuals from 15 to 45. Do cardiologists have an explanation? They don't have hypertension. What caused the stroke? Those are more questions, brothers and sisters. It's time for us to wake up. We've been had, we've been bamboozled, we've been hookwinked. And this sick care industry is not working for us. It's working for someone else. It's a multi-trillion dollar industry now. Multi-trillion dollar industry. And it's sick care. They should call it that. It is not health care. But we know why they call it health care, because if it were called sick care, no one would be participating. It's kind of like life insurance. It's not really life insurance. It's death insurance. It pay on death. But we call it life insurance. So no one want to buy death insurance. They're afraid of dying, but they don't have the facts. So they call it life insurance as an advertisement ploy, marketing ploy. You name it, whatever you want. So we be hypnotized, bamboozled, and accept what's going on with us. But brother and sister, it is time for us to look for answers elsewhere. And we have those answers. We have those answers. So sometimes you're not worried about the fear of retribution. That's why we're in a position to tell the truth. Verifiable science. We use it. We use the science, go through the research, go through the tests, and let the chip fall where they may. This is literally what symptometry is doing. And that's why we ask you all to go to that website and read the minute article that's posted there. Go there often. Do not take it for granted. Much of the information that we're talking about is posted right on the website of the American School of Symptometry. Click on article. Hundreds of them will come up. We've done the research. The American School of Symptometry has done the research and still doing the research, uncovering more and more findings about how our body operates, brothers and sisters. This is the problem with us. We don't know how our body operates. The Almighty gifted us with a perfect human body, more than perfect. It is we who making mistakes on how it functions. Now we have a school teaching us how it's supposed to function, to be at your best, to become the best human beings on this planet, making excellent choices and decisions, and enjoying healthy longevity. Not just living to 100 and somebody got to take care of you. Someone have to feed you and take you on your appointment. You can't drive a car. You can't get around on your own because you're blind, because you're on pharmaceutical, removing water from your eyes that need water. This is what we're talking about, brothers and sisters. And we have the individual on not just one or two medication, pharmaceuticals. They'll be on many, because once the symptom and the side effect happens, they have to have a drug for the side effect, a pharmaceutical for the other side effect. And before long, you have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different drugs you'll be on, pharmaceutical, all removing and zapping water from the cells, removing hydrogen, zapping water from the cells. You'd be like a desert, dehydrated at the cellular level. And the cell would not be able to function as the Almighty intended it. This is what happened, brothers and sisters. We have to remember, medicine is big business. That's what we have to remember. Medicine is big business. Our artery, veins, and capillary must maintain their flexibility. But there's food you can eat called high potassium food that will cause them to become hard and unflexible. So they will not be able to participate along with the heart to regulate blood pressure. And our heart is all muscle, brother and sister. You must eat the food to replace the muscle protein to keep the heart elastic. And flexible. Beating, not missing a beat. It goes back to the food that we're eating and how we're cooking the food, what oil we use, what salt we use, what water we're drinking, if we're drinking water at all. Because too many of us loves coffee, tea, and sodas. Juices, it's not water. Those are compounds. They are solutions. You don't get biodegradable, bioavailable water from those. You have to drink water to get water into your system. The right kind of water, the right amount of water. All water is not the same, brothers and sisters. All kind of water on the market. You go to the store, you have to really decide which one are you going to drink. If not, you'll be drinking the wrong one. You have to know what good quality drinking water is and what it's all about. Absolutely amazing, brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters, we're going to take a short break. And hopefully we come back, you have a question or two for us. But you can also take a moment to call someone and ask them to join us here on Optimal Health on AM 360. And we thank you so very much for joining us today. And we appreciate your time and attention here. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back. You're with your host, Abdul Shaheed, your certified symptometry health coach. And this is Optimal Health on AM 360. We'll be right back.
I'm Dr. Maxwell Nardi, inventor of symptometry and symptomatic science. Many of you may not have heard of symptometry because it appears to be new. Unfortunately, new does not mean untested. Symptometry has been around for 32 years, since 1991. During these 32 years, I had to conduct several experiments. I had to test the precepts and the concepts of symptometry and symptomatic science. After 32 years of testing, the results are in. The results are excellent. This is why you are hearing about symptometry and symptomatic science now. I invented symptometry and symptomatic science for a reason. What is this reason? The reason is medical science, nutrition, Chinese traditional medicine, acupuncture, chiropractic, Ayurveda, and herbalism created a gaping hole, a large and deep vacuum, bottomless vacuum that had to be filled. This is why I created symptometry and symptomatic science. We are not here just to fool around. We are here to fill a deep vacuum. How did they create this vacuum? How? I will tell you why. They created this vacuum by focusing on the word disease. Disease. Disease comes from the Greek word pathos. P-A-T-H-O-S, pathos. Pathos give us pathology. And pathology tells you nothing about how a disease started. Pathology tells you absolutely nothing about how a symptom started. This is what is wrong with pathology. Pathology is good to study cadavers, it's good to practice surgery and know where the organs are located. That is what pathology is all about. And if you want to study health, you must know the difference between pathology and health. Pathology just speaks of deconstruction, cell deconstruction, stasis, inertia, the breaking down process. This is not health. Health is about construction and reconstruction, rebuilding, constant rebuilding, removing garbage, removing concretion, rejuvenation. That is what health is all about.
Welcome back, brothers and sisters. You're with Abdul Shaheed, your host of Optimal Health on AM 360. We're going to take a break and see if anybody have any question or two or have a comment to make. This is a good time for it. Anyone with a question or comment? And we've been talking, brother and sister, for the last 45 minutes or so about the damage and the danger of high blood pressure pills, taking them. And do you know anyone who's taking high blood pressure pills? We spoke about my mother who took them for many years. And we mentioned Dr. Maxwell Norton, late mother, who took them for over 30 years and still had hypertension and ended up dying for congestive heart failure. My mother also had congestive heart failure from taking high blood pressure pills, as well as other pharmaceuticals. She was taking about 9 to 10 different drugs when I became more interested in her health, when I had to take her to her appointments. That's what she was taking. Not just the hypertension pills, she was taking many of them. And all of them had a kill that removed hydrogen from her cell. So a cell was dehydrated. What can the cells do? Already explained it. If they are dehydrated, they cannot produce anything. There must be fluid in the cytoplasm. So the person who takes pharmaceutical, high blood pressure pill for 30, 40, 50 years will be dehydrated. And the cell will not be in a position to do anything to help them. So the heart got weaker and weaker and weaker. Brothers and sisters, we're made of cells.
Oh, Mom.
Cells are in charge. Salam alaikum, Sister Lala. How you doing?
I'm okay. I do have a question.
Go right ahead.
You said your mom and someone else took them for 30 years?
Yes, Dr. Maxwell Norton's mother took high blood pressure pills for 30 years religiously every morning at 8 a.m. And she died of congested heart failure.
Oh, my God.
And my mother also had congestive heart failure, and she was on kidney dialysis. She had many conditions, and before she started on the pharmaceuticals, she did not have any heart condition, no heart condition at all. She started taking pharmaceutical because of arthritis, and before you knew it, she was taking 7, 8, 9 different pharmaceuticals because each one had side effects. So you had to take a drug for the side effects. So before you know, a senior citizen will be taking 9, 10, 12 different medications. Same thing with Dr. Norton's late mother. She had the same thing. So those people who are taking pharmaceuticals, you don't have to take them. You should transition yourself off of them. I'm gonna share some exercise that could prevent hypertension and reverse it. Exercise.
Yes, exercise.
Yeah, exercise. To strengthen our veins and capillary arteries, to strengthen them, to make them more elastic. To make them more elastic and flexible. People eat food that harden their veins and capillary, the blood vessels, harden them. High potassium food would do that. There's many high potassium food that people are eating that cause hardening of the artery. So they cannot participate along with the heart to regulate their blood pressure.
Mm.
So they get hard and stiff. And then we're cooking with the wrong oils that causes plaque to build up.
Mm.
More weakness for the heart. The heart has to pump harder, and we don't remove any sedimentary sludge that's produced from eating food and using herbs and using pharmaceutical. All these things will produce sedimentary sludge with inert substance in them. Inertia means lack of movement. Once they get into the blood, it's not going to move. It's going to slow the blood down. And then the pharmaceutical themselves have a kill that's going to make the blood jelly-like.
Mm.
Yes.
Wow, wow.
Carbonize the person's blood, where microbe will begin to gravitate to the person, causing infection and all these things.
Mm. Wow.
The person don't have water, and they're not drinking enough. Most women are not drinking water at all. They're drinking coffee, tea, soda, and they think they're juices. No, they're not getting water from those things. This is the problem. This is the problem. I'm going to also share how much water is needed in different parts of our body. And you tell me, how is the person going to be healthy?
Mm-hmm.
They won't be.
Mm.
How much water do our eyes need? How much water do our brain need? How much water must be in our heart? How much water must be in our kidneys to function properly? I'm going to share that in the next few minutes. Then you determine why the person is sick. You will see why they're sick. They don't have water.
Right.
They don't have hydrogen in their body. They always have cold hands and feet. They're always cold because they don't have hydrogen. Hydrogen is for thermal energy, for heat. If that's being zapped from their body, removed because of the pharmaceutical, you're going to always have cold hands and feet.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
See, it's sick care and not health care. It's sick care industry, and it's a multi-trillion dollar industry.
Right.
It's about money.
Oh, yeah.
If they got you well, then you won't be coming to them.
Mm.
So they keep you hanging on.
Right,
We have to just tell the truth because it is not working for us. Why keep doing it? So people are hypnotized, Sister Lala, into this situation. Someone have to come along to tell the truth, and that's what we're doing.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
You know anyone that's taking high blood pressure medication?
Mm-hmm.
Are you taking it? You don't have to answer that question. You don't have to self-incriminate yourself. You don't have to do that. But if you do, you need to make a transition. You need to talk with me and help make you a transition. And I'm going to share, like I said, some exercise that a person can do to get off them. And eat a more scientific diet to get off them. And you can prevent or reverse hypertension. You don't have to be stuck with it. And some people have low blood pressure. That's just as bad as high blood pressure, just as bad. You must have normal blood pressure. Why we must have normal blood pressure? So nutrients and resources can reach the place and part of the body where they're needed.
Wonderful.
So the blood must move at the speed of light. Say that again.
I was saying to my granddaughter, I'm on the phone.
Yes. So if the blood pressure is not where it should be, then many nutrients will not reach many cells. The blood must move at the speed of light. That's fast. But if the person have low or high blood pressure, it's not going to move fast. And the heart will get weaker and weaker and weaker because the heart also needs oxygenated blood to keep beating. The heart itself, it pumps blood everywhere, but it also must have blood. But you know, in some situation, the heart do not have enough oxygenated blood to function. Because for the oil that the person is cooking with, the salt that the person is cooking with, they're cooking with the wrong salt, the wrong oil, all the other things that they're doing. They're making mistakes. And they ignore their cells. Drugs, we're not made of drugs in pharmaceutical. What are we made out of?
Cells.
Exactly. And cells are made from water. How simple is that? That's real simple. But nobody want to drink enough water.
Oh, I drink any kind. I drink water.
And you cannot just drink any kind of water.
Oh,
And
okay.
then if you have blockages, concretion, sedimentary sludge, the water is not going where it needs to go. Your osmosis mechanism is in disrepair. So how you repair the osmosis mechanism so water will go where it's supposed to go? If there's blockages blocking the water, you can drink all the water you want. It will not going where it's supposed to go to do some help.
Ouch. It hit me in my head.
Charlie.
So if you have calcification in different parts of the body, the water is not going to get through.
Wow.
So you have to remove the calcification. Sometimes it has particulate to ionize and reverse calcification. Because for so many decades and so many months, if the place do not have water, it won't have nutrients, and blood is not getting there, calcification would instantly take the place of those things. Blocking blood flow, causing swelling, inflammation, pins and needle sensation, because blood will not be getting there. And blood is mostly consists of water.
Okay.
Isn't that amazing? It's all about water.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So we're going to be sharing in the next few minutes the different parts of our body and how much water is required. Right after we talk about the arm exercise that a person can do to prevent hypertension. We're not supposed to have a disease. If we do, we made mistakes, and we need to learn the mistakes that we made to correct them. That's it. The Almighty created us in such a way, we're not supposed to get sick, nor are we supposed to have diseases. If we get sick, it's not because of God. We did it to ourselves.
Right.
We're responsible. So we have to own up to the responsibility. That is the first rule. There's many rules to health. The first one is you have to own up to, you're responsible. The Almighty gifted you with what? This body. You're supposed to learn how to take care of it and how it functions. But if no one is teaching you, because you're not making yourself available to be taught. We now have a school. So there's now no excuses. It's all up to the individual. You have another question for us?
No, not at this point.
But if you do, just come back on. If you have another comment, you're fine. Just come back on.
Okay.
We allow you to share that. But
Thank you.
in the meantime, we're going to share about these arm exercises that anybody can do.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much for joining us today here on Optimal Health on AM 360. So we have drugless regulation of high blood pressure. You don't have to have drug. Drugless. I said drugless. And here are arm exercise. The arm and the torsos. That means from the waist up and using your arm. That's all it takes to do these arm exercise. That's 5 of them. 5 of them. And we should do them 2 to 3 times daily. And you should drink the water we mentioned with electrolytes, 2 to 3 liters. When you first get up in the morning, the first thing you should do is drink 1 liter of water to flush out your system for all the work that your cells did while you were sleeping, making repair, removing poison and toxic. That's the best thing you can do for yourself. When you first wake up, We're made of water, brothers and sisters. We're not made of pharmaceutical drugs. Pharmaceutical drugs have a kill. They're carbon-based. They use organic chemistry rather than molecular chemistry. Go against the grain and have our body going in a counterclockwise motion rather than clockwise motion. You'll be off balance, brother and sister. So the first exercise would be push-up. We all heard of push-up. Any one of us that been in service, either male or female, we did a lot of push-ups. So if you could start with 5 or 10, whatever you can start with, brother and sister, do push-ups every morning, afternoon, and in the evening, at least 3 times a day. Do whatever you can, push-ups. Some of us are 70, 75, 80 years old. So it's not the number. Just start doing them and you'll surprise yourself. So push-up, we all know how to do push-up. I don't have to explain push-up.
Yeah.
Number 1. So number 2 would be bar swinging, like monkey bars. We all played on that playground at the park. The first thing we got on was the monkey bar, going from one rung to the other rung. That strengthened the muscle of the arms. Also strengthened the veins and capillary arteries. It strengthened them, caused them to be more elastic and flexible. Another good exercise for us. Another one is air swimming, pretending like you're in the water swimming, but you're not in the water. You're standing in your living room. You're just standing in place. And go through the motion of swimming 5 minutes. Then repeat that 2 or 3 times. Or how many you decide to do. Swimming, air swimming, that's what we're calling it, air swimming, to strengthen your blood vessels, make them more elastic and flexible. These are things that we all can do 2 to 3 times a day, brother and sister. Make a habit out of it. The next one is arm stretching, upward and sideways. Or put your arm out in front of you and bring them in towards your ribs and reverse it. 5 or 10 in rotation. Do 2 or 3 sets of those. Or 5, whatever you can do. At least make a start. These exercises will strengthen our blood vessels and make them more elastic and flexible. And the final one would be arm swinging, like a soldier marching in place, swinging your arm as high as you can, back and forth, as high as you can, like a soldier marching. We know how to do that. That's real simple. Do 5 minutes. 3 minutes, whatever you can do, start out doing it. And increase the number. And do 2, 3, 4 rotation of those. Reps, we call that, when you repeat it. Do 2 or 3, 4 reps. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever you can do. Those are 5 arm swinging exercises that will strengthen your veins, capillary, and artery, making them more flexible and elastic, helping along with your heart to regulate the blood pressure. It works, brother and sister. Drugless. You don't have to be taking a drug to regulate blood pressure, to keep it normal. Absolutely amazing. Here's what those exercises will be doing. These 5 exercises, in addition to drinking 2 liters of electrolyte-rich water daily, will prevent or reverse high blood pressure. Those who are taking the drugs for high blood pressure are advised to place themselves in transition. That means you wean yourself off of the drugs. The objective of these 5 arm exercises are: number 1, to strengthen the artery that regulate blood pressure. Strong arteries never become stenosed or narrow. They never become narrow. If they're strong, they only become narrow when they're weak. And if they're stenosed, their diameter enlarges, thereby preventing a stroke. Preventing stroke. And this prevents numbness, pins and needle sensation, cold hands, and heaviness. It prevents that as well. Number 2, reduce and clear arterial plaque. Plaque. If you cook with the right oil, you won't have much plaque being accumulated in the arteries, veins, and capillary. So by extension, friction, tension, and resistance, which are the 3 main contributors to high blood pressure, those negative energy in the form of friction, tension, and resistance. That's why they call it hypertension. Tension in the artery, too much. That's what it is. You can reduce that. Number 3, you can strengthen the interventricular and the arterial septum in the heart, or different parts of the heart. You can strengthen them doing these exercises, preventing thickening of the septum, heart pain, and cardiac congestion. You can prevent all of those things. Number 4, we strengthen the heart, preventing enlargement or hypertrophic contribution to a weak heart. So you won't have to worry about ending up with congested heart failure, a weak heart that give out on you. And finally, number 5 is strengthen the heart, aorta, and the pulmonary valves, preventing heart murmurs. These will be the benefit of doing those 5 arm swinging exercise, brothers and sisters. Great benefit. Great benefit.
I need assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
I'll need to hear those 5 instructions again.
Yeah, you can go to YouTube and pull this recording down and listen to it as many times as you need to.
Okay, YouTube.
Okay. I'll tell you how to do that before we all get off. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
We'll show you how to do that.
Yes, sir.
And become your video. You can listen to it anytime you get ready. Let's talk a little bit about what. Anybody else have a question before we move on? Any other question or comment before we move on? You stuck with me today. Next week we'll have our guest back. This is Rita, and we may have also Miss Yvette. But today you have me. And we have this information that we want to share about those drugs that we take. We're not made of pharmaceutical. The only time you should take them in the case of emergency and trauma to save your life. Take them. Then come to symptometry to ionize them and go to the source of your problem and remove it. See, symptometry is a source removing institution. It removes the source of every disease. There's no mystery diseases. Every disease has a source. Something caused it. Something produced it. But your physician is not trained in that regard. They don't remove anything. They keep adding to it. So the water. But first, water. What about the person's diet? The only food symptometry would never recommend to a person who wants to regulate their blood pressure naturally, and many of you are consuming this item. And symptometry would never recommend this item. It is called vanilla. Vanilla flavor, vanilla extract. it would deactivate the SA node, where the pace of your heart will be off, won't be regulated, and your physician will want you to put in one of those pacemakers to regulate your heart. A defibrillator, one of those devices. What causes that SA node to be deactivated? It is vanilla flavor, brothers and sisters. We have cookies, cakes, and pies, all of these all these pastries that people are consuming. And most of them have vanilla. Cook your own and don't put vanilla in it. That's what you have to do. But commercially baked goods, pies, cookies, all kind of sweets, they all have vanilla. And vanilla, sometimes you have discovered, deactivate the SA node to regulate the pace of your heart. So if you want to have a good heart and keep it at the right beat, so your pulse rate is correct, within normacy, don't consume vanilla. Now you know. You can't say they never told me that. Nobody told me that. Now you know. We're telling you right here today. What's the date? July the 15th. What are you going to do about it? What decision now are you going to make? So it's all about you, brother and sister. You have to at some point make a decision once you hear the truth. You can still believe that the Almighty is coming to save you. Well, I'm guaranteed that's not going to happen. He allows things to happen to us until we learn better. And some of us, unfortunately, do not ever learn better. We keep making the same mistakes over and over and expect different results. We've seen too many people in front of us do the same thing. We're here to correct our mistakes and our parents and those people that came before. That's why we're here. And that's what we should be doing. Once we found out that they made mistakes, we have to correct them. Don't be bamboozled in thinking, oh, you're different. Yeah, you're different, all right, but you have to correct mistakes. Otherwise, you get what they got. And this is how history repeats itself. So, brothers and sisters, when it comes to water, water is liquid. And it combined with the other two states of matter, solid and gases. There's three states of matter: liquid, solid, and gases. This is real elementary science, not that complicated. So liquid is one of the three states of matter, and water is liquid, and we're made of water. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm going to share the different parts of our body that require a certain amount of water, so you would know. So you can't say nobody never told me how much water my brain needs. We're going to start with the brain. The brain requires 75% water, brothers and sisters. If you don't have enough water in your brain, you're going to be mentally ill. You're going to have emotional disorder. Period. Full stop. People are mentally ill because their brain is dehydrated and they fail to have oxygenated blood circulating to it. Lack of oxygen. That's what causes mental illness. All of them, all mental anomalies. That is the cause. Now, what are you going to do? How much water is circulating in your brain? How much oxygenated blood is being blocked from your brain? Because of plaque and calcification. Because of plaque and calcification. If oxygenated blood is not there, instantaneous, at the same stroke, calcification will occur. Plaque will occur, taking the place of oxygenated blood. There can be no emptiness in a large space He created something for all of the space. If it's not there, negativity will fill the void. This is how we are created, brother and sister. That's how a plaque will get in every part of the person because of lack of oxygen, lack of oxygenated blood. It's not reaching the area because something is blocking it. Now you're going to have plaque taking its place or calcification taking its place. Now you have to use particulate to remove, ionize the plaque and the calcification to get blood to go beyond that point. These are the facts, brother and sister. Even though your physician would never share them with you, they're not trained in this regard. Our body operation is based on physics. And when we're in violation, a disease will occur. It really is just that simple. When you break the rules, this is what happens. When you violated the fitra, this is what happens. We're under the rule. We're under the laws. Believe it or not, it has nothing to do with your belief. And we could be made to believe anything. Truth, falsehood, whatever. But the facts remain. That's why we have science, brothers and sisters, to verify and confirm the facts. Is this true or not? Or is it somebody made up bogus theory? Now we can confirm it. We have scintimetry. We have chromatography machine. We have Raman spectroscopes. We have the light electron microscope that can magnify things 50 million times. All it takes is 3 million times to see what we need to see. But we have the availability to do it 50 million times if we have to. That's why sometimes we are able to confirm what we're talking about. So the brain requires 75% water. If the brain do not have 75% water, Sister Lala, the brain will shrink in size. Shrink. So you can tell me whether a person you think that has mental illness is because the brain shrunk. So when someone says they're only using 5 or 10% of their mental capacity, that would be the reason why. The brain has shrunk for lack of water. Calcification has set in. Plaque is everywhere. That's just dealing with the brain. Brain must have 75% water. We're made of water, brothers and sisters. We can't say that enough. It's all about the amount of water we're made of. Water must be where? Everywhere, just like blood. There's blood, there's water in the blood. That's where the water is. Absolutely amazing. If we don't have enough water, our brain is shrinking every day. You think that kind of address why people are mentally ill, the brain shrinking? I think that might have something to do with it. The kidneys require 83% water, brothers and sisters, in order for them to carry out that function to filter our blood. How are they going to filter the blood? And when you're taking pharmaceutical, they're removing and zapping water from your system, you're dehydrated. The kidney would be dehydrated. What can they do to filter your blood? They'll become clogged with plaque and calcification, concretion, inert substance, the food you're eating, the air you're breathing, and what's in the water will make it matters worse. They'll be making matters worse for you and for me. Well, see, I have scintimetry. I'm using scintimetry every day. I'm not taking for granted. I came to scintimetry. I was looking for scintimetry to reverse my condition. Dr. Maxwell Norton had to convince me of anything. I knew what allopathic medicine was about. I did my own research. He didn't have to tell me anything about them. I could see for myself. My mother was my example. She made all of the mistakes. And I learned from that. Dr. Naughty learned from that. He watched his mother take those pharmaceutical drugs. I knew I wasn't going down that road. And he refused to go too. He knew there had to be a natural and scientific way to reverse his illness, his sickness, his disease. And he discovered them. He was led to the solution. The solution was always in him, and it's always in you. It's been always in me. The Almighty put it there. It's in our genes, brother and sister. So our kidney need 83% water, more than our brain, because they filter our blood. How can you go from day to day and barely drink any water at all? Oh, I don't like the taste of water. So what did I have to do with it? There's a lot of things we don't like the taste of. We don't like the taste of any medicine, but you take it anyway because your physician said you need to take it. And you follow the order, no question. And your brother tell you need to drink water, or you question everything. Why I need to drink so much water? What kind of water it is? Why it has to be that? Just nothing but questions. And you got every symptom. And every day you get another disease. And you're still complaining. You're made of water, brother and sister. We're made of water. We all know this. It's not a mystery. So when our body is broken and need repairing, repair it with what it is made of. And we're going to mention those nutrients and resources that it's made of as well that we need. And unfortunately, the macronutrient and micronutrient is not in the food that we're eating. Once you cook the food and combine it with other foods, they disappear. Now, where are you going to get the macronutrient and micronutrient? The molecule that symptometry provides has the macronutrients. The particulate symptometry provides has micronutrients. That's where they come from. There's only energy molecule in food to give us sustainable energy to carry out our daily activity. There's nothing there for the cell to work with to reverse the disease. Symptometry figured this out through chromatography research. Absolutely a revelation, mind-blowing. Now we know what food provides for us. Sustainable energy, no more, no less. That's why we don't cure our disease by eating food. That's why, brother and sister. There's nothing in it to help the cell to produce enzyme. Brain is central, body is central, cell is central. So if you have a disease, it's up to you to reverse it, and you can do it. Dr. Maxwell Norton reversed every one of his. He's disease-free and the most healthy person at age 74 plus. And that is my objective and my aim. So you can become a better human being with your brain functioning properly, making excellent choices and decisions. That's what has to happen. The heart requires 82% water, brother and sister. 1% less than our kidneys. Our kidney must have the lion's share of the water we drink goes to our kidneys. The lion's share, the biggest share. Next, our heart, 82%. Don't drink water. You're going to have a heart problem. You're going to have a heart condition. Don't be wondering what's going to happen to you. You already know. Now you know. 82% water. It needs force, power, pressure, speed to pump blood. Where do you think it used to pump blood? It used force and energy. That's in water. Water has current, and water has force and power and pressure. Steam locomotive, how you run that thing? with water, power, pressure, speed, momentum. That's where they got the idea from. Studying human being. Me and you, that's what they studied. Oh man, it's absolutely amazing. Brother and sister, our lungs requires 80% water. You got to breathe. Don't have water in there. Go. Let your lung be dehydrated for years. You know what the person end up with? Pneumonia. That's what pneumonia come from, because the person's lungs have been dehydrated for decades, and they end up with pneumonia. Isn't that amazing? If you don't want to have pneumonia, don't run out of water. Don't allow your lung to become dehydrated. Give them 80% water. That's what required. The lungs. Just do a quick review before we go further. The brain, 75% water. The kidney, 83% water, the lion's share, the biggest share. The heart, 82% water. And now our lungs, 80% water. That's what they're made of, brother and sister. Common sense. They're not made of pharmaceutical. So when you have these problems in your heart, your lung, your kidney, don't take a drug. Drink more water. Watch what happens. Put it to the test. I dare you to test it. And it must be the right water. And some of us have to remove sedimentary sludge so it can get to where it needs to get. We got so much plaque and calcification built up, water will not get past that point. So some of us have to come to St. Thomas, get the particulate to remove that calcification, the sludge, sedimentary sludge, the garbage, the plaque, all these things. Clean up our blood so blood can flow everywhere. And watch what happens to your health. And obey the few rules. Learn them. Scientific cooking and eating and scientific living. Gain some life skills, how to live on this toxic planet that we're teaching every week here on Optimal Health on M360. Every week we're sharing this information. How many more weeks do I have to share it before you start doing it? How many more months I have to do this before you start doing it? How many more times you're going to have to come and listen before you make an attempt to do something to help your own body? And you hear me hollering and screaming and doing the best I can, trying to get the point across. And you leave this platform and don't try anything that we said. How is that possible? I just don't know. But it's in your hands. It's your decision to make, not mine. I make my decision. I don't want my children or no one else to have to take care of me. Have a nurse that got to come to your house and wipe your nose and take you to the bathroom and wash you. No, I don't want that. No. I'm willing to pay the price up front. I mean, put on my own clothes. My wife don't have to do any of those things for me already. I know I don't want a stranger to come into my home trying to do that for me. No. I take care of my own clothes. I'm kind of like the prophet. I sweep my own room and house. Doing all those things for myself. Brother and sister, there should be no disease that we should succumb to. We are human beings with a 3-pound brain. Don't allow it to shrink. Someone else be taking care of us. Don't allow it to get plaque in it, aluminum, mercury. You become forgetful, senile, and full-blown Alzheimer. That don't have to go like that. You have the knowledge to prevent that from happening to you. I'm sharing it every Monday on this program, and you're here listening to me. You must implement, apply the information. The eyes, brothers and sisters, who want to take care of their eyes? You see, I'm not wearing my glasses anymore. I refuse to put them on. I'm doing what I have to do to strengthen the muscle for focus. I can see all right. I just need to have the focus when I'm in front of the computer. So I'm doing my eye exercise as I speak to strengthen the muscles, to focus. And each day get better and better and better because I'm drinking my water. The eye requires 93% water, brothers and sisters. They are the first thing to go once we are buried because they're made of water. They disappear. The eyes are nothing but capillaries and nerves made of water. So if you're not drinking enough water, expect to have eye problem. Expect it to have eye problem, eye condition, stigmatism, all those things. I'm now learning to take care of my eyes for the first time since being a student at the American School of Symptometry. And I'm putting it to the test. I refuse to put those things back on again. Those glasses, they don't do anything to improve your vision. Your vision get worse and worse, and they give you a stronger and stronger lenses. But the sign is something's going on with your eyes. Are you taking care of them? No, you're ignoring the cells that they're made of and the water that made of cells. The water, that's what make up our cells, brothers and sisters. They're water. 93% water. Absolutely amazing. Our nerves and our muscle require 78% water. Nerves are embedded in the muscle. If your muscle atrophy, your nerves are also gone. And your fingers, your arm will move by themselves. You will have no control of them. Same thing with your bladder. You won't have control. The nerves are embedded in the muscle for a reason. That first urgency, you better be on your way because the muscle is already weakened. You're not drinking enough water. And you think, whoa, if I drink too much water, I had to get up all night. Well, drink the right water and remove the calcification, remove the plaque, remove the concretion from the bladder. Go in a little urine that gets in the bladder, then the pressure is already up. That's what causing you to run back and forth to the bathroom. You're not using particular to ionize these things. And we've been talking for years now. And you're still not using them. What do you expect? You must have the water. You need to go to the bathroom, go, get up and go. What else are you going to do? That's why you have it, a bathroom. Go to it. If you have to, it'll level off. But it's better yet, get the particulate to ionize the concretion that build up the pressure in the first place. This is part of the maintenance and the upkeep that we all have to do. That's the price we pay for living. So 78% of our muscle and nerves made of water. And the bones and the teeth, brothers and sisters, 65% water. You tell me you're not drinking enough? And when I say you need to drink 2 to 3 liters and you crying, how can I drink that much water? Brothers and sisters, we should drink more water than the food that we eat. We got it reversed. Think about it. We're made of water, not food. Food represents 6%, nutrients, 6%. We didn't create this, brothers and sisters. We're learning. And we know we have to be in compliance. And that's what we need to do, get in compliance. The bones and teeth, 65% water. The large intestine, 79% water. That's why we're constipated. We're not drinking enough water to nourish those 33 strands of bacteria that lives in our colon to make us healthy and produce all of the B vitamin we need. And we produce all of the other vitamins and minerals that we need right in our own colon, rather than running to the health food store. The Almighty gifted us with everything. He didn't leave out nothing, brothers and sisters. It is we who are making mistakes and don't know better. Now we have a school teaching us better, brother and sister. Our colon requires 79% water. Put it to the test. If you think I'm lying, I'm testing everything symptometry say we should do. I'm testing it to the best of my ability, brother and sister. Before I tell you, that's what I'm doing. Before I even talk about it, I'm doing it. Before Dr. Norton shared with his student, he has done it. He put it to the test. He had the scientific tools to do it. And he tested on himself. Then he shared with his student. Then he shared with you. He posts those articles on the website. What more can you expect? What more can you ask for? None of us should be healthy. We should all be improving our health. Now we know where health comes from. It comes from ourselves by us taking good care of them, not ignoring them and listening to some physician who knows nothing about human cells. It's not his fault. He just towing the line. He committed to it, towing the line. Well, we don't have to do that. We don't have to toe the line. You and me, we are created not to toe the line. We are rebels. That's why we're who we are, brothers and sisters. We're Muslims, most of us. That means we're a rebel. So they already look at us that way. I don't mind. So let's prove them to be who they think we are. Let's be what they think we are. Rebels, seeking for the truth. Nothing but the truth. And let's exercise it. That's what we were sent here for, brothers and sisters. That's why we're sent here. Oh, and our skin. People want good skin, good looking skin. Just check out Abdul Shaheed. I'm not bragging, but I'm getting there. You see me showing up every week right here. I'm sure you see my big face. It didn't always look like this. I'm just saying, I'm seeing the improvements every day, brothers and sisters. I'm enjoying my life at 75 plus, loaded with energy. If I drop dead tomorrow, let it be Allah's will. At least I did the best that I could to put things back into order, to be in compliance with the fitra. That's what I'm doing every day. Get back in compliance to be a better human being. That's what we have to do. So our skin requires 78% water. You don't want to have wrinkles? Drink more water. Not all that other things you see on the social media and YouTube and all these other places you can go and see all kind of bogus things. Here you get the scientific verifiable information first. I'm just telling you, that's the order. That's the order. Again, brothers and sisters, it's not just any water. All water is not the same. All food is not the same. All fruits and vegetables, they are not the same. The air quality is not the same. Nothing. There's a particular water you need to drink. I've already mentioned the quality of good drinking water many times on their program. Many times. So it's not just any water we're talking about. The water from a pond, the water from your well, the water from that spring somewhere in Georgia, or lake. All those things there I just mentioned are habitat. Habitat means something lives in it. Microbes living in it that you cannot even see. Amoeba, protozoas, protists lives in that water. You can't even see these things. Then the bird droplets and all kind of other creatures. One that you can see and one you cannot see lives in the water. Water is a habitat. Water must be treated, brother and sister. Must have electrolytes. Must be at the right pH. It must have a particular metalloid in it. I'm not going to even mention it today. You have to come back next week and I'll tell you what it is that enable those trees in California to live thousands and thousands of years. And that palm tree that's on the beach to be there 5,000 years, one plant. They know how to be around for a long time, healthy longevity. And we're learning from them at the American School of Symptometry. So we now know what mineral that they produce to enable them to live such length of time. All you got to do is keep digging, and the Almighty will reveal everything to us. That's why we have this 3-pound brain. Keep digging. So, brothers and sisters, so that's just about all what we have to share today. And anyone have a couple of questions, we'll entertain those questions, and then we're going to make our exit for the next program here on AM 360 in Mali Ali Kule High, and the host being Imam Abdul Aziz from Masjid Atom. And their motto is, we are together under any and all circumstances. They'll be coming on immediately after our program. So brothers and sisters, if you have a question or a comment to make, this is the time. Thank you so very much for listening to me and being a part of Optimal Health on AM 360. We thank you so very much.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam, Sister Amita. Thank you for joining us today here on Optimal Health. Thank you.
Yes, sir, Brother Abdul Shaheed. I'm about to eat a second helping of my dinner as I'm listening to you.
Excellent.
And I have some nice. I have my nice juicy lamb chops.
Whoa! I hope you cooked them scientifically in the crock pot.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I just took it. Yes. But what I wanted to ask is, maybe we can get into it next week or kind of elaborate, because I know time is yes, going. But there's an issue with a lot of the people that are seasoned, or when they get in their seasoned years.
Yes.
Or I'll just say mature youth.
Absolutely.
The mature youth age. With the bones and arthritis.
Yes.
Arthritis and all of that. Please go into that a little bit, and then I wanted to make an announcement that we have this. I'm always doing research on health advocacy issues.
Yes,
we need to look at a site called Stand for Health Freedom. Because there's issues, there's policies in place that people are trying to, so-called officials are trying to force everybody to have all these additives in their food. There's some.
Oh, yeah, they're going to do that.
Some
they have to.
People they're taking it up a notch where they're injecting things in the foods. Yes. Not just Bill Gates, but others, because they're angry that a lot of people have woken up to the fact that these vaccines really are harmful to people, but they, so they're trying to force the public to eat. Is more than modified food. They're doing all these injecting all the foods.
Absolutely.
Injecting foods and vegetables and fruits with they're putting things in the food.
They're not going to stop.
Like shops. Yeah. So we need to be on the alert. Stand for Health Freedom. Go to that site, because that gives a lot of the information to help people guard against, you know, people trying to make decisions force people
yes.
to take shots that are not necessary. All right. Thank you.
Thank you
Salaam
so very
alaikum.
much. That's why we have scientific cooking, eating, and living. Use science to cook the food properly, to neutralize all of those things. So they put all these shots and things, injection in animals. And we now know how to cook our food scientifically to eliminate and neutralize them. See, we must have a method to neutralize all of the things that they put in the food. We don't have control any of these things until we start preparing it and doing our processing our own foods. So that's another point for processing and doing things for ourselves. That's what we have to do. You can't complain. Complaining is not a solution. Come up with a solution. Scientific cooking, eating, and living is a solution until we start preparing our own, growing our own, all these things. Nobody's stopping us. We're stopping ourselves. So brothers and sisters, we thank you for joining us today here on Optimal Health on AM 360. We were absolutely right flat out of time. You see our health coaching information. If you have a need for a health coach or no one who have a need for a health coach, please feel free to pass on our number, 470-755-6506. And you see our email, ashaheed2@gmail.com. And you have an excellent certified symptometry health coach. Me and my wife, we work together, and then we will do what we need to do to help you to get a thorough education, knowing how symptometry function, how it works, and hook you up with Dr. Maxwell Norton. Make sure you're able to get the particular molecule that's needed, and you have a health coach to go back and forth, share knowledge and information with you. So if you know someone that have a need to reverse chronic diseases and put things back to normalcy, you already have the number and the email address, and you also share Optimal Health with them, and also share the website. We have two websites, amsos.org or symptometry.com. Absolutely amazing. The American School of Symptometry website is loaded, brothers and sisters, with all kinds of information and knowledge. So please go there and share it with others. Thank you so very much. So we're going to have to make our departure, and we're going to see is Imam Abdul Aziz here. And if so, we're going to pass the host seat to him. I don't see him here yet, so I'm going to hang around till I see him, but we're going to stop the recording on YouTube. Stop sharing the recording on YouTube.